BWF Solicitors, we take pride in our client service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF Solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us.
Victon Estates provides professional and reliable service to landlords, investors and tenants. Our mission is to ethically and honestly serve our clients. We won't make promises we cannot keep, rather. We present a clear picture of the reality we can offer. We are here to help you with long and short-term let, property management, cash buyers for quick sales, stop repossession and mortgage arrears. For all your property needs, look no further. Visit us at www.victonestates.co.uk or call us on 07448619711. Victon Estates, your property is our pride.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to Heritage TV, hanging out with Vicky, the Legal Hour show. I hope you are really enjoying the weather if you are watching from the UK. And I also send my greetings to everybody watching us all over the world. We really appreciate you, joining us for today's program. May I remind you, this program is proudly sponsored by BWF Solicitors, your #1 immigration and law firm in the UK. Victon Estates Limited, a property management company, and Eagle Heights International School. Very good teaching center.
BWF Solicitors, we take pride in our client service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF Solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us.
Victon Estates provides professional and reliable service to landlords, investors and tenants. Our mission is to ethically and honestly serve our clients. We won't make promises we cannot keep, rather. We present a clear picture of the reality we can offer. We are here to help you with long and short-term let, property management, cash buyers for quick sales, stock repossession, and mortgage arrears. For all your property needs, look no further. Visit us at www.victonestates.co.uk or call us on 07448619711. Victon Estates, your property is our pride.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies for the small hitch. Lawyer Eunice, are you there? Oh, I can't hear you, Lawyer Eunice.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, great. My sincere apologies. I was like, where is Lawyer Eunice? Wow,
Now
welcome.
that you can hear me, at least we can continue, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes. Lawyer Eunice, today's topic. Before I ask you why this topic, like we did last week, do you have any updates for us before delving into the topic, if you don't mind?
Okay. In terms of this week's updates, usually I know there are a lot of people who have already come into the UK, and there are those that are leaving, but then you have those that have visit visas as well, and for one reason or the other may not have been able to return, because you have a lot of people who are asking about this visa extensions. So in terms of that, that is still ongoing, and if for any reason whatsoever you are not able to travel back to your country of origin, they have said that if your visit visa is still valid up to the 30th of June, then you can email the CIH assurance team at homeoffice.gov.uk to ask for exceptional assurance or a further extension to your visit visa. And if during that time before the 1st of July you want to make an application to remain in the UK, then of course you can do so before the 1st of July, so that at least you can have your leave extended in the UK. And so many people who may still have their visit visas valid can apply to remain in the UK as a family member of a spouse who is British or settled in the UK, or as a parent of a child who is British or settled in the UK or has lived in the UK for 7 years or more. So these routes are still available. There are those who can even switch to the work permit visa route if they have an employer who is willing to give them a work permit visa as a skilled worker, health and care visa worker, and the rest of it. So all these routes are still available. And as we all know, travel is now opened to those countries that are listed on the green list, and those that are listed on the amber list. They are being cautious, and they're saying that obviously once the country is on the amber list, we advise that you do not travel. But if you need to, then of course you will need to travel, but also know that when you come back, you have to quarantine for 10 days and then take 2 tests, one on day 2 and then one before day 10 of you quarantine. And so of course you have those that are looking to travel because it's summer, and a lot of kids will be on holiday during the summer and they'll be looking forward to traveling. But we should also keep our eyes glued to what the government will say in terms of those red and amber lists. And of course, when we have countries like Spain on the green list, you're thinking, okay, that's good, because even though you've done your vaccine, you will still have to do a test on day 2 when you return from a country on the green list. So we should keep our eyes glued, because those countries keep changing ever so often. So when you are traveling, please keep yourself updated in terms of countries that are on the amber list, countries that are on the green list, and countries that are on the red list as well, so that you are cautious as at any point in time as to where to travel and where not to travel to. So yes, that's just a bit of update in terms of our UK immigration laws.
I think in Portugal, it's just moved to amber, and most of the holiday, those going there for who are there for holiday are planning to
Yeah.
return as soon as possible. So they are sending extra flights to Portugal. I know it's rather unfortunate. So I
Yeah.
think holidaymakers want to
Yeah.
return back to the UK because it's
Yeah.
moved to
So they
amber.
put them up there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good for okay, thank you so much for that information. So Lawyer
Okay.
Eunice, ask the reason for this topic today.
So I think that everyone knows that we're drawing closer and closer to our deadline of the 30th of June 2021. And people are asking, can I still bring my family members? And so I said to them, do you know what? I think I'm going to treat this as a topic. So let's just treat this as a topic, and then as many people as possible who want to bring their family members can continue to do so, because it's essential that they have the right information so that they can bring whichever family members that are still able to come through the EU settlement scheme to the UK. So that was the main reason why I decided to treat this topic today.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, may I also, ask you to please share on all of your social media handles. I would like more people to join us in this discussion. If you have any questions, you have any contribution, please do not hesitate. We are live on both platforms at BWF Solicitors on Facebook and also on Heritage TV on Facebook and YouTube. So either one of these platforms, please send in your questions, share to your friends, loved ones, and colleagues, and let them also join in the discussion. If probably it doesn't, they don't need to, probably they don't have anything to do with EU, but they might know somebody probably at the workplace or in the community, at church, in your vicinity who might be a EU national. So if you share to all these people, they will also, be enlightened on what they are supposed to do. They say knowledge is power. So we'll be expecting all your questions and your contributions. And between myself and Lawyer Eunice, we'll be able to pick those questions and answer them. Right, Lawyer Eunice, who are joining family members of EEA nationals under the immigration rules?
So when we talk about the immigration rules, a lot of it has to do with the fact that the Home Secretary has sat down with her team and they've put a set of rules together so that it will govern the way people come in and out of the UK, and that is what we call the immigration rules. And so under our immigration rules, we have Appendix EU, and Appendix EU is to do with EU nationals and their family members who are living here in the UK. And as part of the UK's withdrawal agreement with the EU, obviously they needed to protect EU nationals and their family members who are here in the UK. And so, yes, we know that a lot of the treaties and directives that were governing a lot of EU country nationals and their family members are no longer valid in the UK as a result of Brexit or as a result of the UK leaving the EU. And so, because those protective treaties and directives are no longer applicable in the UK now has to put into its own law certain measures or certain laws that will protect EU nationals and their family members. And that is what they've done with Appendix EU. And within Appendix EU, you also have family members. And then there's Appendix EU family permit. So Appendix EU family permit is to do with those who want to bring their joining family members into the UK after 31st December 2020. So when we talk about Appendix EU family permit, those EU nationals or those EEA nationals who are living here in the UK and have applied to the EU settlement scheme. So we've been talking a lot about the EU settlement scheme and the fact that those that are EU nationals and their family members need to make these applications for pre-settled status or settled status, regardless of whether they were initially granted 5 years residence card or they have permanent residence card under our previous EEA regulation 2016. So we've been talking a lot about all these people making these pre-settled status applications or the settled status application for either limited leave to remain or indefinite leave to remain. So if they have made these applications for pre-settled status or settled status in the UK, they can have their family members join them in the UK. And in terms of who a joining family member is, when you look at Appendix EU family permit specifically, it says that a joining family member is a person who may be a child, or it could be the spouse of an EA national, or a durable partner of an EA national, or it could be their parent, or it could be their grandparent or their grandchild. And all these relationships should have been formed before the 31st of December 2020. And so all these people who are categorized as family members should have formed a relationship with the EA national before the 31st of December 2020. And if there's evidence that, of course, this person was a parent to the EA national or his spouse, or this person was a child of the EA national or his spouse, or this person was a grandchild to the EA national or his spouse. And of course, the relationship existed, and maybe the child is over the age of 21. So there was dependency before the 31st of December 2020. We will need to prove or provide evidence that this was the case before the 31st of December 2020. And therefore, these joining family members can join or accompany the EA national to the UK within a period of 6 months. So usually the family permit is valid for 6 months. And then once they are in the UK, they can apply for pre-settled status or settled status.
Okay. So what is the difference between an EEA family permit and EUSS family permit?
So this is where a lot of people sort of think they are the same, because to tell you the truth, it is applying for a family permit that will give you 6 months to obviously come into the UK, or a period of time to be able to then apply for your stay in the UK. So it almost seems like the same, but unfortunately,
Okay.
it is not the same. So you will have people who have applied and they said, "Oh, okay, I have applied for my family member to join me, and this is the application that I put in." And so people would usually go online because sometimes you can't tell the difference between EEA and EUSS. But when you say EEA, it's referring to the regulations that we were previously under. So, previously, before we had Brexit and even after Brexit, we were using our immigration EA regulation 2016, which obviously provided the rules, or should I say, the law under which a lot of the EU nationals and their family members were able to come into the UK and were able to also reside in the UK. And so, as of 31st December 2020, where we know that a lot of the EU law was not applicable. So we have our Directive 2004/38 that allowed free movement, that allowed EU nationals to come into our to other member states, including the UK, at any point in time. That no longer became applicable from the 31st of December 2020 at 11 p.m. And so, of course, if you are making an application under the EA family permit route, the government has said, okay, you can continue to do so, but the deadline is for the 30th of June 2021. And so they've clearly stated in their guidance that no applications are going to be valid after the 30th of June, and that no permits that have been granted will be valid after the 30th of June 2021. And so they're saying that if you have made an application which is in line with the previous law, which is our Immigration EA Regulation 2016, those applications and those permits will no longer be valid after the 30th of June 2021. But then, of course, you can't say that the permit or the leave that you have granted to somebody will no longer be valid. Of course, those that have been granted and are able to come in by the 30th of June will definitely have to do so by that time. But for those who will be granted EA family permits, so if there are people who are currently undergoing court hearings and they would need to be granted something once the court has allowed their decision. So in a case like that, once the court allows it, the Home Office has to implement. They have no choice but to implement the decision of the court. And so in a case like that, of course, they can't just say that they are not going to implement the decision that the court has given. And so therefore, they have to find a way to grant that person some form of settlement family permit to be able to enter into the UK for that time being, because they have also clearly stated that after the 30th of June, it was only those that have been granted the EU settlement scheme family permit that will be able to enter. So in cases like that, of course, they will have to look and grant such a person who has been granted an appeal to be able to enter into the UK. So the EU settlement scheme allows those family members who are now making their application to join their family members in the UK to do so even after 30th June 2021. So there isn't that restriction like the EA family permit. And so with the EU settlement scheme family permits, those EA nationals can still apply for their family members to join them. And those family members are what I was referring to in terms of child, spouse, grandparent, grandchild, and the rest of it.
Oh, okay. All right. Would EEA family permit be valid after the 30th June 2021?
So, of course, like I was just mentioning, they will no longer be valid because their policy has stated that the EA family permits will no longer be valid. But in a case where, for instance, somebody has made an appeal and the court has allowed their appeal, then of course they would not necessarily be granted an EA family permit because, well, the government have stated clearly that they will no longer be valid after the 30th of June 2021. But they will have to grant that person a form of leave to be able to enter into the UK. And so in that case, if they can't grant them an EA family permit, even though they have won the appeal, they would have to grant them some form of EU settlement scheme family permits to be able to enter into the UK, even though they were not able to make that application initially. So they will, of course, have to find a way to allow these persons, if for one reason or the other, have to be granted a family permit after such time, which is the 30th of June 2021. So, yes, of course, they would have to grant something, but they would also put clearly that they will not grant, or they will not allow those that have the EA family permits to be able to travel after such time. So if somebody, for instance, has got their 6 months EA family permit and is still thinking, oh, I have 6 months, so I will wait. When I'm ready, then I'll travel into the UK. This is a warning for them to also realize that if they have a valid EA family permit and they haven't traveled into the UK, then they need to do so as soon as possible before the 30th of June 2021.
Mm, mm. Right. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, this is the Legal Hour Show with BWF Solicitors. And today's topic is EEA and EU nationals applying for family members to join them in the UK. Wow. Josh says, my children are back home and I would like to bring them to the UK. They are 17, 20, and 22 years old. I received my settled status last year, and my wife is an EEA national from Belgium. When can I apply for them, and does it need to be before 30th June 2021?
Okay, so in his case, he has 3 kids. From what you said, they are 17 and 20, and then the other is 22. So the person or the child who is above the age of 21, of course, is no longer somebody who can apply on the same criteria as the other children, because there needs to be dependency. So, of course, in his case, he's done the settled status application. So he is somebody who we would say has applied under the EU settlement scheme. And if he's making the application for his children to join him in the UK, he's making it on the basis that his sponsor or his wife, who is an EA national, is also the sponsor of the children. So it is not him per se, but it is his wife who is the main sponsor in this application. And of
Okay.
course, when he's making this application, he should also have in mind that his children, he will need to show that they are actually his children. So most of the time, we always say that there are so many ways that you can show that a child or a family member is indeed your family member. But if you don't have the required documents, then it might be easier to show by way of a DNA report, which shows clearly that they are your children. But if you can provide any form of, shall I say, health record or birth certificate, or anything that will show clearly that at the time of the child's birth, you were named as the child's parent. And of course, if you were named as the child's parent, then it will show clearly that, of course, that this child is your biological child. And of course, if you have adopted them, then you should have the requisite or the required documentation to show that they have been adopted along or according to the processes and procedures that are in that country, as well as in the UK. So yes, in terms of showing that that person or the children are his children, as he says, he will need to provide those documentation. And then he's making the application to show that the child who is over the age of 22 is dependent on him and his wife. So there needs to be evidence that shows that this child is depending on him, on his wife for her essential needs. It might be that the child may still be at uni or is in school, whichever circumstance that this child finds themselves. The parents or this person asking the question needs to be able to show that this child is depending on them. So whether it's for food or it's for clothing or whatever it is, they can show that since the child turned 21, this child has been depending on them for essential needs, and they are constantly checking on this child's well-being and the rest of it. So you can always add communication. So WhatsApp communications, telephone calls, the rest of it, you can also include those things to show dependency. And just a note in there to make sure that, of course, because he's making the application for EU Settlement Scheme Family Permit, the application can be made once he's got the required documents to make the application, and it doesn't necessarily have to be before the 30th of June 2021, because of course he's got the settled status, whereas somebody who has not applied to the EU settlement scheme may still want to make the application because for one reason or the other they haven't got a response in terms of their EU settlement scheme, and therefore they are making the application for EEA family permits. So they're thinking, okay, I haven't yet done the EU settlement scheme. I really want to, I let my family member join me in the UK. So I'm going to make the application under the EEA family permit route so that at least this family member can join me. And then, of course, that's where we have to throw the word of caution that if you do make this application under the EEA family permit route, then they will no longer be valid after the 30th of June 2021. And this is something that they updated on their guidance notes, I think was on the 24th of May. So, yeah.
I've got another on this same question is saying, when you said if you've not got the documentation to prove the children are yours, you suggested the other option is having a DNA. What if the DNA comes out that one of the children is not yours? How do you single out that child and go for the adoption process, or how do you go about that?
Okay, so in a case like that, it's one of those cases where I think if you are expecting that child to be your child and it's not your child, it is one of the most emotional things that you could go through as a parent. And of course, the child will not know this because they've always expected and known that they were a child of the family. And in cases like that, it makes it very difficult for that parent to be able to break the news because the child will not see otherwise. And so it's always better that that person comes to seek legal advice, because we always have a way that we find a way to find some sort of resolve or a solution to that issue. It's a long process going through adoption because it's not an easy thing, and it's one of those things where we say that if you are looking to go and adopt a child who is under the age of 18, you should have a lot of, should I say, patience you should have a lot of stamina, and it's one of those processes where you require a lot of assessments, a lot of interviews. You have to go through a lot to be able to get the adoption order in the end. So we usually say if you are in a situation like that and you need legal assistance, definitely come and seek legal assistance before you even make the application, so that you know that you are making the application in the best interest of the child, and also trying to make the best out of a situation that is not very, should I say, nice, to put it lightly.
Right. So in that case, would this person make the application without that child that unfortunately the results show that he or she was all of a sudden not his child?
Because
Or
because
yeah.
they don't have to make the application by the 30th of June.
Okay.
That's why it's
Okay.
important that
I
they
was
come
thinking
and
of
seek
the time
legal
frame.
advice. Yes. So they can make the application after the 30th of June. And so they can seek legal advice and then obviously put in the application for all the children to join them here in the UK. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, wow. Please send in your questions. It's getting more interesting. This is the Legal Hour Show with our, accredited best law firm in the UK, BWF Solicitors. And with me is lawyer Eunice Champong, who is a seasoned solicitor and also a partner with BWF Solicitors. If you've just joined us, we've been treating EEA and EU nationals applying for family members to join them in the UK. We are streaming live on two platforms, on BWF Solicitors Facebook platform and Heritage TV Facebook, YouTube. Send in your questions either on both platforms, and we'll be able to pick those questions up. And Lawyer Eunice will do justice to that question. Yes, Lawyer Eunice. I saying I made an EEA family permit for my husband to join me in the UK, which was refused 2 weeks ago. Oh dear. There are only a few days left to lodge an appeal. Should I go ahead and lodge the appeal? And what are my chances, Lawyer Eunice?
Okay, so in Amina's case, she's made an EA family permit application. And as I was explaining sometime at the beginning of the program, so the EA family permit is usually a permit that was, should I say, regulated under our EEA regulation 2016. And so most EU nationals or most EA nationals who are living here in the UK can still invite their family members to join them here in the UK using an EA family permit, but then it will no longer be valid after the 30th of June 2021. And in her case, she's made such an application, and she's thinking, should I go for an appeal? What are my chances of going for an appeal? Where you know clearly that this person may have another option. So if she is somebody who has applied to the EU settlement scheme, instead of her making an appeal in the next few days because her deadline is running out, she can make a fresh application under the EU settlement scheme family permit for the husband to join her, and obviously address the reasons why it was refused. So if, for instance, it was refused because they said they didn't believe that the marriage was genuine, then we obviously need to look at the evidence that were provided in the first instance and then provide more evidence the second time round. So, of course, once she's making the application, she can make it addressing those reasons why it was refused, so that she has a much better chance of success than a second time round. Of course, most people who may also have situations like this, and it may not necessarily be a direct family member like a husband or a wife. So it could be somebody who is an extended family member, and a lot of our people have made applications like that for extended family members, such as cousins or niece or nephew or uncle or brother or sister, to join them here in the UK. And obviously, in such a case where you've made the application for an EEA family permit and you have an appeal, of course, please do appeal. Make the application. Lodge the appeal, and then once the appeal has been lodged, they would then have to consider all those appeals where the court will allow the appeal to go on, or allow the appellants to be granted family permit. And so once the appeal has been lodged and the evidence has been given to both the Home Office and to the court, it will be up to the Home Office to now find means if they would grant that extended family member, or they would therefore look to the court to grant a hearing date. And if the court grants a hearing date and the court decides to appeal, to allow the appellant's appeal, then of course it will be up to the Home Office again to find a means by which they will allow this person to enter into the UK. And in such a case, it will be necessary that the Home Office will then grant some form of EU settlement scheme to be able to let that appellant enter into the UK after 30th June 2021. And as we all know, court cases don't take a few weeks. They take quite a long period of time. So it will not be within this time limit, but they will have to find a way or a means by which those extended family members will also be able to come into the UK after 30th June 2021.
Wow. Okay. Laura Eunice, in the absence of any further questions, what are your final words? And if anybody watching us wants to get in touch with you or book an appointment to come and see you about their peculiar case, if you can, give us your details as well, contact details.
Okay. Yeah, so as we've been discussing, I think that a lot of people wanted to know if they can still bring their family members. And of course, if you have family members and you have done the EU settlement scheme and you want to bring over your spouse or your child or your parent or your grandchild to the UK, you can still do so if you can establish that your relationship existed before the 31st of December 2020. And so it is still open to make these applications after the 30th of June 2021. If you are in the situation where somebody may have made an application for a family permit, which is under our previous regulation 2016, then of course do seek further legal advice and see how best to go about it. If, for instance, you think that the application can be varied, or you believe that you have lodged an appeal and you want the best outcome in terms of the appeal, do seek further legal advice as well in those situations. So yes, in terms of the work that we do as BWF solicitors as well, I know that a lot of the discussions tend to be around immigration, but we don't just deal with immigration law, we deal with other areas of law, including family law, which includes things like child arrangement orders, things to do with social issues. So there might be situations where family is looking to get accommodation and they're not finding it easy, and therefore they need assistance. We also deal with divorces. We deal with civil litigation matters where there's debt owed and the rest of it. So yes, we have a range of issues that we do deal with, and therefore, if you do need our legal services, we are situated in London. We are on the fourth floor of Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, and the postcode is N154NP. So it's N154NP. And our office telephone number is 0208 493 7340. So 0208 493 7340. Our offices are open from Monday to Friday, from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we are still keeping to the government guidelines in terms of COVID. Outside of office hours, if you do want to give us a call, you can call my number, which is 075 35 81 3910. So it's 075 35 81 3910. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawyer Eunice. To add to what Lawyer Eunice just said, BWS, I beg your pardon, BWF solicitors also have a community education program every Saturday from 4 p.m. And today they do have another community program at 4 p.m. live on their Facebook page at BWF Solicitors. The guest is the senior partner of BWF Solicitors, Mr. Bernard Owusu, host Oreku Frimpong. And what they are going to discuss today at 4 p.m. is the steps you need to take to ensure the validity of your customary marriage. The steps you need to take to ensure the validity of your customary marriage. So I think, even though I'm already married, but I would like to, get more information about that, because I remember, Eunice, if you also chip in, usually people who have customary marriages back home, when it comes to documentations, most certificates are being refused, and it becomes a very, very, very big problem. So I think this education program focusing, what do you say about that? I think it's very prevalent.
It is very prevalent, and back in Africa, I think when you say customary marriages, you are thinking the person can marry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course, the thinking is, if it is customary, then it means that is it legally binding, or apart from the fact that we have to register it, because there's no obligation to register it. So if I do register it, is it binding on that other spouse, or do I have to look at ways and means to be able to make sure that this relationship is legally binding in a way? And so there's so many questions that come with customary marriages, and coming from the background that we come from, I think that it's important that we have a good knowledge about what it entails and how to also make sure that we are having the legal understanding to it as well.
Because I think the notion is when the two families meet and a presentation is done on behalf of the man, and that's it. It's sealed and signed and sealed.
Yes. Yes, and there's nothing else to it. And then you
Exactly.
realize that, oh, there must have been something more. And you start thinking again, I should have known. And it's not,
No,
should I have known? It's, it's always the last word, but it
at
shouldn't be.
last. Mm. So I think this is going to be intriguing. Honestly, I would like to, know what Mr. Bernard Owusu has to say about this, because I've heard about this problem, for so many years. This is what a lot of law firms, immigration law firms, are facing when it comes to, clients coming to them,
Yeah.
for assistance in their application, especially when they've performed their customary marriage back home and believe that with that they can, go ahead and start the process to bring their loved ones back to
Yeah.
UK or Europe. Yeah, so I think this is going to be a very educative, once again, another educative topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, join BWF solicitors today at 4 p.m. on their Facebook platform live. I think it's from 4 to 6 p.m. for 2 good hours. So I will entreat you to join. And knowledge is power. I will also tune in to get better understanding about these things, so that I'll be able to educate anybody who probably is not doing the right thing. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying with us throughout the program. Thank you, Lawyer Eunice, for always taking time off your busy schedules, joining us on our platform to educate the community about issues regarding immigration. Thank you so much. We don't take this for granted. We thank you so much. And I also thank our sponsors, BWF Solicitors, and all the team. We thank Victim Estates Limited for sponsoring this show, and also League Eagle Heights International School. I would also lastly would like to thank my team at Heritage TV for always being there to make sure that we come on live to you. Take good care of yourselves, and I hope to see you on BWF platform at 4 p.m. for another legal education program. Until then, take good care of yourself, observe all the COVID information, protect yourself, cover your nose and mouth at all times when you're out and about, wash your hands regularly, and also observe social distancing. We want you alive. Thank you. Take care and stay blessed. I'll see you same time next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
BWF Solicitors, we take pride in our clients' service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF Solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us.
Victon Estates provides professional and reliable service to landlords. investors and tenants. Our mission is to ethically and honestly serve our clients. We won't make promises we cannot keep, rather. We present a clear picture of the reality we can offer. We are here to help you with long and short-term let, property management, cash buyers for quick sales, stock repossession, and mortgage arrears. For all your property needs, look no further. Visit us at www.victonestates.co.uk or call us on 07448619711. Victon Estates, your property is our pride.